What's up, guys? This is Showtime, and welcome back to our daily videos. And today I want to do something a little fun. I want to know what your favorite heroes are in Heroes Charge. I'm going to tell you guys what mine are, and I'm going to go down the list and describe each hero and say what's special about them. And then on the comments below, I want you guys to tell me what is your favorite hero. I'm actually really curious to see what the most popular hero is. So let's go down the list and see all the heroes that I have and see why they're so special and so cool. So I really want to know. I'm going to do something different here because, you know, Havoc usually does the informative videos and I do more the entertaining ones, so I'm going to start to. So I'm actually really curious, so I want to know now. Alright, so let's start with the first hero I have. Let's turn the volume here a little. There we go. The first hero I have is Rifleman. And when this hero first came out in the sign-in awards, he was a sign-in hero, I was really excited for him because I just started the game and he was one of the heroes that they have unlocked, and I thought he was the best hero in the game just because he wasn't unlocked and his weapon is apparently his weapon is the strongest in the game, as you see here. It says the rifle is the most powerful weapon, so I'm like, dude, this dude's badass, I gotta get him. He's like a fighting robot, how cool is that? But he is a very good hero, but he's not the best, obviously. He's very good because he deals a lot of damage. He sacrifices some HP to deal extra damage. He's great against Sapper, and he's great to take out some tanks. So he's really cool for those reasons. And very cool hero, backline hero, but he moves into the middle lane once he sacrifices some HP. So that's the Rifleman. Then we have Cloudwalker. Now he's one of my favorite heroes. I have two favorite heroes. He's one of them, just because he's a badass monkey, man. He does this little shaky thing, and clones appear everywhere, so you have to fight the clones and him. And he's just a headache because he unleashes his ultimate. Once he unleashes his ultimate, he gains almost all, not all his HP, but a lot of HP back. So you're just fighting. You can be fighting with him the whole battle, and he's just annoying to kill. So very, very annoying hero to deal with. Has a lot of perks, and I just love this guy. He's won me a lot of battles, so he's one of my favorite heroes. And we have Succubus. Now she deals so much damage. First of all, she has some really weird like phrases here. I don't know if you guys can hear them. Yeah, very sexual, really weird. But yeah, she deals a lot of damage. One of her skills is a Venom Blade. She does a Venom Blade, and over time it deteriorates the enemy's health. So over time you got an enemy with really low health because she caused it with her Venom Blade. Her ultimate is super powerful. It can wipe out an entire team depending on their health. So she's a very powerful hero. I really like her. Only knock on her, she doesn't have a lot of health. She can die easily, and she can be distracted really easily with a Sapper or a clone. She's super powerful. The Windmaster. Now I used to really like her because she was my first 3-star hero, but over time I realized that she doesn't have a lot of useful, she doesn't have a lot of use for raids or arena at all. So I kind of made a mistake in upgrading her to 5 stars and working on her so hard, but I still like her. She's one of my original heroes, and she's a trooper, really cool hero. Her ultimate is very powerful as well. It's her ultimate is the Gale Force. Deals a lot of damage like Succubus, not quite as much as Succubus, but a lot. She dodges a lot of attacks, so she's useful in some areas, but not a very good arena hero. So, but she's still cool. Look at her. She looks like Robin Hood, a female Robin Hood. Who doesn't like that? Don't worry, Windmaster, I still love you. I don't care what anybody says. Alright, now we have War Chief. War Chief is amazing. You already know that I think that from my past videos. A War Chief is a very strong tank who has a revive. So once you kill him, he revives and takes more damage and deals a ton of damage with one of his skills. One of his skills allows him to cut through the enemy line and just deal a huge amount of damage. So you already know a lot about him. His revive is like having 2 tanks in one. One of the best tanks in the game in my opinion. War Chief is amazing. Then you have the Lunar Guardian. She rides in this little hamster looking thing, I don't know what to call it, little beast. Anyways, she's a very good hero. She's a middle line, she's a middle mage, what do you call it, a middle line hero. And her blade, her moon blade, bounces off from enemy to enemy, so she can reach the whole entire enemy team, which is really good for backline heroes if you're trying to reach them. Her ultimate Lunar Barrage sends down a beam of light to damage the enemy, so it causes a lot of damage. And she's just a good hero to have on Arena. Like I said, she reaches all the enemies in the back line, the middle line, front line, whatever. And she's really good. She can stay alive as long as there's no sapper like distracting her and causing damage. So she's a really good hero to have. The Commando. Commando is one of the best supportive heroes in the game because when you first start, she runs out to the front and stuns the first enemy, and she gives everybody a speed boost. So she's a very good supportive hero. Her ultimate Meteor Shower deals some damage. That's not why I have her. I have her mostly because of her stun at first and her speed boost. And very good hero. One of her skills allows her to stun an enemy. So that's good if you're trying to fight against a tank or a sapper. You can just stun them and makes it easier to kill. So she's a great supportive hero to have. I have her on my main team just because she helps out. Gives me an advantage right off the bat. Then you have the Death Mage. Now she is hands down one of the best heroes in the game. She's amazing for crusades. If you have her in Chaplain, you can seriously just finish crusade every single day. She's amazing because she unleashes her ultimate skill, which is summon Raves, the little monsters flying around and raping everybody on the enemy team. And once she's done with that, she regenerates almost all her health back, probably all her health sometimes. She's amazing. She silences mages. So if you're fighting against a mage team in Arena, she just silences them and they can't cast any magic spells. So she's just really good to have. Overall, amazing hero. Then we have the Brute. At first, he was my first tank I was really working on. I thought he was just a cool looking troll guy. I mean, come on, look at him. Look at his face. He's like, don't mess with me. But yeah, he's really cool. I thought he was really cool. But then I found out that he's not a very good tank, especially for Arena, just because he doesn't deal a lot of damage. I mean, he has a lot of armor, which makes him last a little bit, but eventually it's not going to pay off because he doesn't deal any damage back, and he's just taking a bunch of damage and he dies, and then their whole team is still with a lot of health. So it's not a good tank to invest in, but that's just some information about the Brute. Then you have the Arcane Sapper. He is one of really good heroes in this game, just because he's very unique. He teleports to the back line and just deals a bunch of damage, especially to mages. He's an anti-mage hero, so every time he slices and cuts with his blades, he regenerates his life, so he has life steal every time he does damage. And he usually attacks a hero with the highest intelligence, so he's a really good hero, although he can be destroyed rather easily with a rifleman until he hits orange, and he can be distracted easily, but he's a really great hero to have, especially against a mage name. So definitely good hero. Then you have the Fallen Dominion. Now this guy is just a badass. I mean, honestly, his name is Dries. He can just his ultimate unleashes, he turns into this giant monster and just deals a bunch of damage, and he summons a clone who has a bunch of damage and just deals it. I was fighting against a team who had Fallen Dominion today, and I actually lost and couldn't finish Crusade because I was stuck on him and I couldn't pass him. So Fallen Dominion is just a headache to deal with. Life Force steal, he steals life out of the enemy's team and replenishes his energy. So I mean, come on, Fallen Dominion, who doesn't want this guy? Although I have a member of my guild named Psycho who doesn't have Fallen Dominion, and he does rather well in Arena, so I still don't understand why you don't have Fallen Dominion, Psycho. I want to know why. But that's a conversation for another day. Then we have Vengeance Spirit, which is really identical, not identical, but really similar to Lunar Guardian, because she has 3 arrows. 3 arrows penetrates the whole enemy line all the way to the back line, and it deals a lot of damage. So I always say, if you don't have a Lunar, use a Vengeance Spirit. If you don't have a Vengeance Spirit, use a Lunar. I think they're interchangeable, but a lot of people prefer Vengeance Spirit because she has her ultimate petrifies, turns everybody into stone, which is a really good advantage because you can deal a lot of damage while the enemies are stunned or solid rock, and they can't attack you back. So she's a good hero to invest in. Definitely a great hero. She has a strong will to survive, so I think she stays alive longer than Lunar Guardian, so that gives her an edge too. But she's a great hero. Then you have the Death Knight. Now, when the Death Knight first came out, or when the games first started, he was one of the most popular heroes, just because he was amazing in Arena, because they nerfed him a lot. His ultimate will last like forever, and he will replenish like all his health as ultimate. And his immune thing, he can cast a little shield to the teammate who has like the lowest life health, and he was a great hero, very good healer. Everybody had him, everybody wanted Death Knight, but after he was nerfed, everybody started like stop using him. And once Death Mage was released for Crusades, everybody got Death Mage and forgot about Death Knight, because you don't need a Death Knight anymore for Crusades. You just need a Death Mage. So I still think he's a really good hero. Yeah, whatever that means. I still think he's a really good hero. I'm trying to work for the formation to use him in, because I think he's very valuable in Arena, but I'll let you guys know once I figure it out. Then we have the Savage one. Now the Savage one is really good for raids, because one of his skills is the armor penetration. He lifts up his little spear thing and penetrates the armor of the enemy, which allows the rest of your team to deal tons of damage for a short period of time. His ultimate, he spins his blade, hits the ground, and stuns everybody. So he has a lot of uses. Very good hero. I think he's a great tank. And not a lot of people use him, but he's a very good raid hero. And you guys could experiment with him if you want. There's a lot of things good about him. Then you have the Drunken Master, this little panda guy with a little goatee. Now, when I first saw him in the arena shop, I wanted him right away, just because he just looked cool to me. Honestly, look at him. Look at his portrait. This portrait is, look at that, lean. How cool is that? Anyway, so he's one of the tanks that everybody uses. It's either War Chief in Arena or Drunken Master, one of the two. Those are the most two popular heroes for Arena. And he's very good. He has a lot of health, and his ultimate can deal a lot of damage. Although it's kind of weird, because his ultimate, like, he punches an enemy into the air, but if there's not an enemy close to him, he automatically just teleports the enemy and like lifts him in the air. So it's kind of weird if you see that fighting against him in Arena. I'm trying to get him 5 stars right now because I want to put him on my Grand Arena team. But one other knocks I have on him is his ultimate can be disrupted really easily by an arrow or just any attack. Really can really disrupt his ultimate. But I also like one of his skills, Shaking Strike. He drinks his little booze or whatever he has in that jar, and he jumps up and strikes the ground and stuns everybody. So he's pretty good. I like him a lot, but I prefer War Chief. There's a lot of heroes I have, so this might take a while. So we have Iron Hoof. Iron Hoof is also very good. I want to get him to 4 stars. I have to get my Fallen Dominion 5 stars. Iron Hoof is an unusual hero. When you first start the battle, he runs up and slams the ground and gives a shield to everybody for like about 5 seconds, 3-5 seconds, and it protects everybody from any damage. So he's really useful. A lot of people got him as soon as he came out because they just liked his skills a lot. Stomp, one of his skills, Stomps, allows him to hit the ground and stun the first 2 heroes, the first heroes he sees in the battle. So he's pretty good. I like him a lot. He has a lot of health, so he can tank very well. Good hero to have. Now after Iron Hoof, we have Ninja Assassin, a hero that I'm really excited about because he's the king, well, not the king of raids, but he's very amazing in raids. And his ultimate allows him to teleport to the back line and just deal a bunch of critical damage. So he's just a badass ninja ready to like attack everybody. So he's really cool. One of my favorite heroes already. Poison one is very good also for Outland Portal. His ultimate releases like a giant blob of poison and deteriorates the enemy's health over time. So kind of like Succubus skill. Very good hero. He also has a lot of HP. He doesn't die that easily. So very cool hero. Interesting. Mystic is an awesome hero to pair up with Sapper also, because one of his skills allows blinds the enemy, which allows them to miss their attacks a lot, so you can dodge their attacks easily with Mystic and Sapper on their team. So you do the math. Mystic plus Sapper equals no good for the enemy. Now we have a Lightning Elemental. Now this guy was a disappointment to me because he looked so badass, and I thought this guy was one of the best heroes in the game when I first started. Then I realized that his ultimate is super powerful, but he dies so easily. I don't understand how this guy is a tank, because he cannot tank worth crap. All he does is just goes out there, does his stupid staticky clouds, and dies before releases his ultimate. So he's a huge disappointment. I stopped as soon as I can with him, but apparently legendary is really good. Warrior Monk is also terrible. He doesn't tank very well at all. His ultimate skill stuns the whole enemy team if he's high enough level. So he's an alright hero. You can find out for yourself. I just don't like him at all. Then you have Wandering Spearman, who's apparently really good for Outland Portal also, and he has a lot of health, kind of like Poison one. he doesn't die very easily, and one of his skills heals himself and another ally in the team. So he can be used for a lot of things, but not in arena. Definitely don't use it for arena. Master Mage is, I heard, is just completely useless. I had stopped with her. She's good in one of the Outland portals against the dragon because she can fly, and she's a anti-physical hero. That means she does a lot of damage to heroes who are not mages. Her ultimate, like, she flings her wand and like the sun burst out rays, I don't know, it destroys a lot of the physical teammates. But other than that, she's not very good. One of her skills sends people into like a freaking, I don't know how to call it. Let's see, which one is it. Yeah, one of her skills allows her to like send somebody into like nothing, like a dark hole. So she takes one enemy and she just completely bans him from the game for like 10 seconds, which is annoying because sometimes you don't want her to do that. So a lot of people hate her. She's a weird looking half lion, half woman thing, so not very good. A Deathcore, at first when I first got him, I was really disappointed because I thought he was just a very terrible tank. He doesn't do anything but just turns around and charges with his back, but that was pretty useless, like a stupid porcupine. But apparently he can be a really good tank if you level him up to orange. So don't find out for yourself. I still need to work with him because I'm not too familiar with Deathcore. Apparently he can be good. Sniper is terrible from what I know of. Definitely don't want to use him. His ultimate singles out a single target and the enemy with the lowest HP and completely like obliterates him. But other than that, he's not very good. He can be killed really easily, and since his ultimate only targets one person, it really doesn't do that much. So nobody really uses a sniper, and I wouldn't recommend him. Soul Hunter, I mean, I'm kind of confused about him. He's actually a really good tank. He can tank very well, and his ultimate does a lot of damage. Attacks the weakest target, dealing magic damage. But not a lot of people use him, and honestly, I don't know why. I don't want to use him because I'm happy with my war chief, and I'm working on my panda. But definitely gotta look into him. He looks kind of weird though, kind of creepy. Imperial Executioner can be really good for in the arena. He has a lot of unusual skills. I mean, honestly, he turns people into ducks and like geese. I don't know how Heroes Charge like came up with that idea, but that's one of his skills. And another one of his skills, he like swings a little stick, and thorns come from the ground and hurts everybody, does a lot of damage. And his ultimate can kill a single target instantly, very powerful. So he has a lot of good uses. He can be used in the arena if you use him the right way. So definitely a hero you need to invest in if you know how to use him. Pilot is also really good for the dragon and Outland portal since he can fly. He releases a giant bomb and hits the back line and does a lot of damage. He flies. He's a little hard of a hero to attack because he's always constantly flying. So he's very unique. Not a lot of people use him, but knock yourself out. Old Curse is one of the essential heroes in Arena. I don't have him leveled him up because I have so many other heroes I want to work on, but I'm definitely going to work on him next. His ultimate freezes the enemy team, turns him into blocks of ice, kind of like Vengeance Spirit, and he's just one of those heroes that you need to have for Arena for many reasons. Very interesting hero. Fire and Ice, kind of cool combo. Admiral is a very good tank, especially legendary. She can take a lot of damage, has a lot of armor, and her ultimate casts a giant ghost ship and stuns the whole enemy team. So she's really good. Don't be fooled by her feminine appearance, and also because she's one of the very first hero of the game. She's actually really good, so don't give up on her. Ember Star is also one of the original heroes. She's very powerful. Her ultimate skill is very similar. Oh, I need to evolve her. Her ultimate skill is very similar to Imperial Executioner. Targets a single enemy and completely takes him out of the whole game. So she's very powerful. I wouldn't recommend her in Arena just because her ultimate can be distracted by a sapper or a clone. Let me just evolve her real quick. And but one of her skills, the Crucible, like she sends a giant flame ball across the whole enemy line and deals a lot of damage. So she's very useful in some areas. I wouldn't recommend her in Arena. Lightning Master is completely useless. Don't even no. Don't even look at him. I don't know why I just evolved him, but I'm never going to use him. His ultimate casts a bunch of lightning from the sky and hits the enemies, but he has very low health. He can die very easily. Not a very good hero. You can't pair him up with a lot of heroes at all. Doesn't complement anybody well, so he just looks kind of cool, I guess. Don't level him up. Death's Voice is a very interesting hero. A lot of people are using her in Arena nowadays. Her ultimate puts people to sleep. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe she's really boring. Haha, funny joke. But she's very useful. She traps an enemy. She sends a magical net and deals magic damage, trapping and disabling them. So she's a very interesting hero to have. She's very good at Legendary as well. Shadow Leaf is a lot of people use her for Arena as well. She silences an enemy from casting magic spells, while her ultimate also deals a lot of damage, attacking everyone on the map. And she also slows down an enemy with an ice spark. So she's very cool. She's like a hunter type hero. Very cool to have. Machinist is also another hero that a lot of people use in Arena. I guess I'm just using all the heroes people don't use in Arena, because I obviously don't have these heroes level up. Machinist's ultimate is very powerful. Sends out little beams from his little cranes on his armor and deals a lot of damage. He also sends out bombs to deal a lot. He's just a hero that deals a bunch of damage. So he's really, when I first got him, I'm like, this guy looks so lame. He's a little green goblin trying to be a gangster, looking at him with a knife and his bandana. But apparently he's really good. I've seen him like destroy a bunch of teams, so you can invest in him. Ice Mage is actually one of my members in my guild has an all mage team and Ice Mage is in it, and you'll be surprised how much damage she can actually do. She is very powerful, and one of her skills turns somebody into a block of ice, and her ultimate skill summons a bunch of ice from the sky to rain down on an enemy team and deals a bunch of damage. So if you want to go with a mage team, she's definitely one of the mages you want to have. Chaplain, one of the necessary heroes in Crusade. I don't have her on my team just because I'm an idiot. I need to work on her, but I'm not rich. I can't afford like VIP 15, get a bunch of heroes to orange. But she's very necessary. I usually just buy a Chaplain for Mercenary and use her for Crusade. But she heals a whole team. She can turn an enemy into an ally and help you out. So she's really amazing. You definitely should work on her. Cleric is an interesting hero. If you want to go with an all healing team, he's definitely one of the heroes you want to invest in. He shields everybody from physical damage with one of his skills, and he's just a healer. That's basically it. He won't deal any damage, but he can heal and protect. Shell's Keeper is a really good tank with a lot of armor, and one of his skills, he jumps up, sits down on the ground, and causes a bunch of spikes to come up. Kind of similar to Imperial Executioner. I just hate the way he looks. He has a giant octopus in his head, and he's holding a fish skeleton. But he's a very good tank, has some interesting skills, so a lot of people use him in Arena as well as a tank. Necromancer, not a lot of people use him, and I wouldn't either, just because he has low health, and his skill's pretty cool. He sucks like energy from the enemy's team and regenerates it to himself. He is very powerful, but he also has a skill called Exile, which basically sends an enemy into oblivion, into an exile for a period of time, and they can't do anything. I mean, you can't attack them or anything, so it's kind of annoying. One of those annoying heroes you don't know what to do with. I wouldn't recommend him. Frost Mage is amazing. Again, if you want to go with an all mage team, she's a hero to go with. She protects an ally with a frozen cocoon of ice and really boosts her armor. Definitely boosts her armor, and it's really hard to kill the person she decides to protect. Her ultimate is one of the most powerful in the game. She like throws you a frozen ball of ice and completely destroys your whole team. And once you get hit with that, your team is going to take a huge blow. Alright, I gotta go through this fast, man. You guys are probably like, man, how long is he going to be talking for? Psychopath is a great tank. Legendary is amazing as well. His ultimate can destroy a single target with one blow. He throws fire bombs, and one of his skills is haste, and makes him attack faster. He's a green goblin, basically. Silencer is just an anti-mage hero. He silences any hero from casting magic spells. He deals a lot of damage with his little blade. He's a very good hero in Arena, if you know how to use him, if you pair him up with the right combo. I've seen people use Vanguard Warrior, Ember Blade with Silencer, and it works out tremendously well. Then there's Ferryman. He's completely useless. He's just a ghost with a freaking mask. That's basically it. Phoenix is really good against in the Outland Portal. Once she dies, she hatches into a little egg, and if you don't kill her in time, she reborns and deals a lot of damage with her Sunburn, which deals a lot of damage with a little beam of sun. Bear Warrior is not very good. His ultimate can be distracted very easily. His ultimate he attacks, goes crazy, and starts attacking people. And basically, he can be killed really easily. Not a good hero to have. Vanguard Warrior is amazing only if you pair him up with Ember Blade. He rushes into battle. He's like sleeping in the back when you first start. Then he comes out of nowhere and jumps into battle, and he causes a lot of damage. A great hero to pair up with Ember Blade. You'll find out. Take my word. Shadow Shaman, he's one of those heroes that you can put him in a healing team. One of his skills allows it's called Funeral. Well, that's what it says on the screen. Right before you kill an enemy, he does Funeral on them, and you can't kill them. So it goes a while before you actually kill them. So he's kind of annoying if you're facing him. Mountain's completely useless. He's literally a rock with eyes. Doesn't do anything. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. He just sucks. Psychic Sword is another hero who completely sucks. I mean, I think she looks cool, at least, but all she does is teleports people across the map, and it can really mess up your battle, so don't even worry about her. Forest Guardian is supposed to be really good. I don't know much about him, but he deals a lot of magic damage, and I'm going to be leveling him up, because I think he can be paired up with Stormlord very well. And Ember Blade is one of the best heroes. He's the next hero I'm going to be working on for sure. Just so many things I could say about him. One of his skills will cast 3 remnants across the screen, so once he dies, it explodes over the map, and he gets another relife, and that could just be continuously happening throughout the whole battle. One of the best arena heroes. Lightning Spirit, don't know much about him, but he just looks like terrible. I mean, can we look at this guy? You need to put a little more thought into your heroes. I mean, this guy's just like a fat panda with a guitar with makeup on. Like, honestly, let's think outside the box here. Derek. His name is Derek. It's one of my friend's brother's name, Derek. Honestly, but yeah, apparently he could be good. I just need to find out more about him. Test Storm, I don't want to use him. He does backflips and throws axes. That's basically it. I wouldn't use him at all. And that's it. That's all the heroes I have. Sorry if this was a really long video. I have actually a lot of heroes that I need to level up. And the heroes I don't have, we can cover for another day. Lightbringer is supposed to be really good. And so let me know what your favorite hero is. Sorry that I went into this huge rant, but I need to give you guys the full information, the full package. Like I said before, my favorite 2 heroes are the Cloudwalker and Fallen Dominion for obvious, amazing reasons. Very good physical damage dealers. And there's a bunch of heroes I love their artwork and their skills. So let me know in the comments below who your favorite heroes are, and I will make sure to comment right back. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Ooh, I got him in the chat. And I'll see you guys next time, but you'll be seeing Havoc tomorrow. See ya.